An unblemished and even more importantly, unclaimed world lies ready for you, conqueror from the stars. Unfortunately, your corner of the galaxy is rather cramped, and up to 6 other races are waiting in the wings, also desperate for new worlds to add to their growing empires. In short, you've reached Deadlock, Planetary Conquest, Accolade's new multi-race, multiplayer game of city building, land exploring, and alien busting. As the game starts, the varied races have come to an agreement. Instead of engaging in full-scale war for all these planets, which might leave the planet's surface so barren it becomes worthless, each race will be allowed to send down a small colonizing force of equal strength, in addition to some raw materials. Behind the colonists, a blockade will be formed so that all they have is what they can develop on planet. The first race to successfully build 5 major cities, or to wipe out the other races, will be declared the owner of the planet. While you can choose a quick start option to get right into the game, optional settings are accessible that will let you tailor the game to your needs. A variety of planet sizes, victory conditions, and types will be available. Each sector of the island, continent, hemisphere, or planet that you're fighting over can provide a potential city site. You send out colonizer units if a site is unoccupied, or military units if it isn't, in an attempt to secure your hold on a particular area. Each site has different terrain and may be better suited for cities with different purposes, farming and lumber, mining, manufacturing, etc. You'll choose which buildings to construct at each site, with each building taking up a different amount of space. There are farms, factories, tech labs, defense cannons, and even more exotic structures as your technological capabilities grow. From the city site, you can access individual buildings. Each building type will have a different focus and therefore different settings. For example, when you first establish your colony, you're going to want to access the city center building to move your workforce into production mode. We like to crank out a few colonist units as soon as possible. As your empire grows, you'll want to keep track of it through these statistics. The pre-alpha version that we have lets you see information on your enemies as well, but we suspect that much of this detail will disappear or be harder to get in the final game, since it will let you produce spy and satellite units. Important news reports will keep you up to date on the events that have occurred each turn. Technological development is extremely important, since the only way to get advanced technologies, aside from smuggling them in, is to work on designing them. Because you've come from advanced civilizations, you already know about the existence of the technologies. However, because of the rules of the Deadlock, you have to build the capabilities from scratch. The Technopedia provided with the game gives you an idea of what technologies you need in order to follow a certain branch. If you're weak on food production, for example, you can work on the technologies leading to advanced food production structures like the hydroponics farm. Multiplayer play will be an important part of the game. You'll be able to send messages, either generic challenges or specific notes, to both your human and computer-controlled opponents. The computer opponents won't take your abuse silently. They'll respond to you with rendered lip-synced video taunts. In fact, the computer players will even initiate communications under appropriate circumstances, like this communication from the Scythe bemoaning their fate at the hands of one of your colonizer units. Despite the deadly competition for the planet, business must go on. You'll be able to trade with your opponents, but should keep in mind that business is war too. Get what you need while keeping it from them. Skirting around the fringes of the known races are the Skiranine. As the game says, the Skiranine will sell you anything for the right price. The Skiranine are willing to sneak material, technology, and troops through the blockade for enormous sums. After all, it's no scales off their backs, because you'll be the one in big trouble if they're caught. Gameplay in Deadlock is fast and easy, yet looks to be detailed enough to hold the interest of the more demanding strategy gamers. A bit of city management, a bit of warfare, some exploration. What more could you want? We'll find out sometime this summer, and we'll be sure to bring you a full report when we do.